good people? We are here live, 4th and 10 podcast. No Nathan Owens. I'm here. I'm starting this thing off strong. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We are here. I'm feeling good. Damon, something to hear. You know what it is. It's your favorite podcast. I'm going to tell you right now. It's your favorite podcast. We don't talk enough. Wherever you're listening, we appreciate you. Yep. YouTube, Spotify, all the places. I don't know. Nobody listens to Nate when he says it at the beginning here. But I'm here.
It's white
Damon
noise.
Something, you know what it is. You can check me out, Instagram, OnlyFans, TikTok, Damon Jr. 2, DamonJr at the number 2. Got the homie David Perdue in the building.
Why do y'all have so much energy?
Bro,
lights turned on.
We be up.
Lights turned on, David.
Listen, we kill time in between our normal start time and
y'all got me sound like Nate because I'm up, but like in my mind I'm like. And I would be up now anyway. I think it's the rain and then the hour. Like
you went to sleep at 2? What time you go to sleep?
No, I didn't do that this time.
Okay, all right.
No, I definitely. Listen, I miss calls when I normally get calls because I was like, I gotta get up.
I gotta get up.
3 hours.
I gotta get up.
Anyway,
I gotta get up. You were, bro. No,
I be up. It's not. I don't have to. First of all, let me be clear. I have the longest drive of anybody.
Without question, hands down.
When you said my ETA is this, I was like, I don't have pants on.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So
Facts.
I'm up.
Facts.
To get either
He's
way.
already moving.
Yeah.
Physically.
I
got you.
I'll be up.
You be up.
But I don't have to be doing.
Don't be doing.
I don't have to be.
Those are two different
or I
things.
can do from an area.
Safe. A safe space.
Yeah. All right. Let me. Instagram and Twitter. Do or die. That's at DUERDIE.
You know what it is right here. The homie Dan Duggan's in the building. He's
What's
been up.
up, everybody? Yo, smash that subscribe button. I think we jumped like 10 subscribers last week.
Hey, we're finna build
do it
this thing from
again.
the ground up, baby.
We're gonna get to 100.
I think that's
get
what
to
it
100.
Is. Y'all never have this much energy.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Well, let's say that for a second.
I'm okay with it.
You okay?
I'm about to throw a dip in, bro. Can we just talk about our first 500 view video on YouTube, like long form video? I mean, we've had thousands on shorts. Everyone has thousands on shorts, but our redneck debate.
Hey, was it a good time?
People enjoyed it.
My man said he don't know nothing about redneck.
I'm glad y'all brought that up.
Oh,
because it's later on.
Later on we get into it.
Okay, we're gonna get into it.
Shout out to y'all rocking with us over on YouTube
Yes.
out here.
Yes.
Again, I'm gonna hit it one more time. Hit the bell, notifications pop off. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell a friend. We finna take over YouTube out here in this 2024 year. I'm trying to tell you right now, it's gonna be a good time. Tap in with us if you're not already.
We're gonna be doing 50 states, 50 shows.
That's what he's trying to put out. We here for it. So if you know anybody who got some dirty money they trying to wash, holla at us. You know what I mean? Can you say that out loud?
Yeah, you can ask for.
You can ask for dirty money.
Yeah, it's the internet. It's parody.
Unless
you have.
To be honest with you, I feel like all.
Is there a dark YouTube?
I feel like there probably got to be a dark YouTube. There's definitely a dark.
I don't want to know.
YouTube.
Actually, I would like. If you ever say something, and you're just like, I want those words back.
Yeah. No, that's your YouTube channel. When he gets home, it's gonna be.
You were looking for me?
Yeah. That's when that anime. That's when that anime Disney porn pop up. You're like, I did not want to see Marge Simpson like that, and it's over for you, my man.
YouTube. You was looking for me?
Let's get into it. We're ready to go to work. Let's go to work out here. All right, so I'm gonna tell you right now, buckle up because this is gonna go wherever it's going to go. Let's dive into the hottest topic, man, arguably of the last several months. March Madness.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, listen. Okay, David and I said it a few weeks ago. I only got one president candidate now. And it's been that way for the last few years, but it's Dawn Staley.
Man.
It's vote for Dawn Staley out here. And so Dawn Staley and who was our second one? I forgot who our other one, who her vice president was.
Caitlin Clark for vice president since she lost.
No, it was two grown women. It was two grown women out here. Women who go to bed in slips. But
Dawn Staley do not go to bed in no slips.
You don't think she go to bed in a
No one goes to bed in slips anymore,
maybe.
dude.
She might got Louis Vuitton.
Dawn is grown. But the women's March Madness came to an end as South Carolina went undefeated.
Yeah.
Taking down the superstar Caitlin Clark and Iowa regular stars. And I was going to say Monstars, but they were nothing mon about them. And great game, great tournament. I'm just going to throw this up because there were a lot of great moments. We can kind of take it where we want. So I just want to give, for a second, major shout out to just women's college basketball. I have not enjoyed, personally, college basketball as a whole like this in several years. Me, personally. I've always been a fringe college basketball watcher, viewer, whatever. But this season here, the storylines, the games, I mean, this Final Four alone, the games were crazy good. Every one of them was cooking. Yeah. So, yeah, just a major shout-out to all those hardworking women specifically out here. But David, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Give you can take it wherever you want with this championship game here with South Carolina going undefeated. Take it down the Hawkeyes here. Just kind of a big takeaway for you.
All right, so I want to start giving a shout out to somebody I thought I'd never give a shout out
Me.
to.
Go ahead.
Not quite. When I was in high school, even maybe maybe middle school, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, young.
Yep.
I had a basketball coach who I did not like.
Okay.
No one liked him.
He's old. He's an old white dude.
He might be deceased now. He's an old white dude. And I didn't like him mainly because he didn't like Allen Iverson. I was like, you are my mortal enemy.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was
yes.
old white man.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks.
So I hate Allen Iverson. But the one thing that he gave us, he used to make us do, was watch women's college basketball.
Talk about it.
And I remember watching a young Sue Bird, a young Diana Taurasi, like young. Like, and I was like, he was like, no, because he also coached the girls team, and his team coached them to undefeated season, whatever.
Okay.
But he was like, you gotta watch the games.
He was on it.
So he was on it, and so I want to thank him for giving me that.
Okay.
Now that being said, man, this tournament, I don't want to just hold the championship game.
Okay.
Final Four.
Big facts.
Paige Beckers, I call her, me and my family, we call her niece. That's niece. I didn't know she got a black mom. Did you know she had a black mom?
Did you know this?
And if you hear her talk, you're like, it makes sense.
Wait a second. Let's slow down. Her mother is black. She's mixed.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
She has a black mom. Father remarried. Mom not in the live with.
Got you.
Black mom.
Mom raised her who's black.
When I saw that picture, I said,
"Oh,
you make so much sense now." Not in your game.
It's like the last piece in the puzzle that you slide.
I was trying to. I saw a couple reels with her gig, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
so in a blended family. Anyway,
Gotcha.
that game was amazing.
Facts.
Juju, you'll be back next year. Paige, Juju, that's gonna be good.
Mm.
What we're seeing is, I really want to talk about this heat that Diana Taurasi has been getting for basically telling Caitlin Clark the reality's
I don't think it was just Caitlin Clark though. They were talking.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, like Diana was like, anybody coming to the W.
There are plenty of stories. Diana Taurasi likes to punch people in the face. Diana Taurasi been beating on rookies for 20 years.
100%.
And I think people took offense to that. And I just want to say, like, the game actually, unfortunately, kind of needs that. Like, Caitlin Clark is coming into the league as almost like that not Jordan, but like that Magic Bird type situation where like, oh, things are going up for here.
Right.
Now I'm going to move on. I said my Caitlin Clark piece.
Bop.
I also want to talk real quick. We talk about the redneck thing.
Hold on. I want to talk more about Caitlin Clark for a second.
That's all you. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, because and this is jumping a couple weeks in a row, but I have some insider knowledge that money is pouring into the women's draft never before.
Okay.
And I guess my question is, why? Like, do you think that this wave translates from this NCAA tournament
100%
into professional women's basketball?
I'm gonna tell you why. The Las Vegas Aces
off top.
They're 12,000 seat arena. When they play Caitlin, they're going to a 20,000 seat arena. You're not doing that unless you know you're gonna sell 20,000 tickets. So like, and that's also like now we're following her. Like, can she make it to that next level?
Well,
can she compete?
LeBron was in high school on our TV sets. We was like, what is this 18-year-old doing on my TV?
Yeah,
right.
And we see that go on there. The second thing here, and get back to whatever point you were going to make as well, add on to that, was the eyeballs are coming. Right? Yeah. So I'm not going to get into all the numbers. I had a bunch of numbers. I ain't going to get into all these numbers
18.7
right.
million.
And the peak was 24. And there's all type of things that it defeated or whatever.
Dude, the sports bar on the cruise ship when Caitlin was playing UConn.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing was packed.
Packed, bro. So
of 90% dudes.
Yeah.
So the eyeballs, the money, the people are showing up physically here, right? And Caitlin is here, but there's so many great players who have also been getting more and more shine, right? That 2020 class, I saw that 2020 class who came out, Cardoso, Brink, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. So that was. I just want to add that to that.
So, and I'm saying this to say, like, there's been this, like, we all saw it. I saw a lot of tweets were saying, like, if I would have won, it would have been a weird day at the office, meaning. The greatest export America has is racism. It sells everything. It's our greatest export. Like, if we don't have the great white hope of Caitlin Clark and then going up against these black girls from South Carolina, we don't care about this as much. And that's very unfortunate that, like, it's used as a tool to pit these women, these great athletes.
Yeah.
But it will drive sales.
It will drive sales.
And I feel like because they want to continue to bash Angel Reese, and they've always bashed Angel Reese. you don't get the level Caitlin Clark's levels without without Angel Reese doing what she does. Right. Like that's racism sells. Even think of our podcast. We talking about the rednecks. Like I was like,
when we land on opposite sides of issues,
yes,
that is where it pops.
But specifically around race.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think our number one viewed clip. You'd have to dig for it at this point in time.
Cam Newton. Yeah.
But let me just shout ourselves out because I told you one of my things this year is to toot my horn more.
All right,
toot it. Horn. We, in my opinion, I'm biased, of course, but I think we can handle conversations jokingly and honestly with respect. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And be able to have conversations and dialogue about it.
Yeah.
These are real topics and get into real things here. But again, if you're watching this, it's like this can be had off a podcast mic. You know what I'm saying out here?
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, you're going back to you. But that's one of our mottos is racism can save lives out here.
But it sells tickets.
It definitely sells tickets.
Okay, but
it definitely sells tickets.
So I don't disagree with this statement.
Which one?
That racism sells. But I think
you ever seen Rocky?
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. But I'm saying is like that is a very jaded way to say it because
I agree.
Because
I don't think so.
Like it's 5 degrees off of like the like Goliath versus David's story, right? Like this story like is woven into every great story in the history of time. And so I understand what you're saying, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not. It is not completely like they needed to tell a story about why these two people are on opposing sides, and it's not as simple as Hawkeyes, which don't matter, and Gamecocks, which don't matter.
Sure,
they're imaginary creatures.
Real quick, you got Goliath is black or white? He's always
black.
been white to me. Oh. David's always been black to me. Goliath's always been white. Nah, you same?
They were both yellow to me. They were both Simpsons. They were both Simpsons to me.
Yeah. They're just for the record, they were both. Of darker complexion than myself.
We agree with this. I want to say this about the game though specifically, really the whole weekend, but specifically the game. I want to make it very clear. This was a on-court mismatch. I don't know if we talked enough about that. This was on the court mismatch.
White David versus a black Goliath.
Because my man pulled up with rocks. When you pull up with rock, you're in trouble. Pound for pound, there is no other Hawkeye, Caitlin's teammates on that team who would even be on the team of South Carolina.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So when they got on and the ball and everybody was standing around, you look at the bench, you look at their bench, you're like, oh, this is clearly a mismatch, right?
Hey, man.
But because of the one, their season, they were a number 1 seed for a reason, so let's not get it twisted. They were a top 3 offense, if not number 1, so let's not get it twisted. But when you look at them just pound for pound on the court, you're like, oh, length, size, capabilities, depth. I believe it was 37-0 bench points, South Carolina. 37-0. So the on-court mismatch was absolutely astounding. Yet again, it was still for 4 minutes out of 40 or whatever it is, was a game and competitive right there. Again, is another testament to great women.
Who guarded Clark?
Raven Jones. Revenge tour is over.
Jones or
Johnson? Raven Johnson.
From Atlanta.
Oh, was she from A?
Hey, yeah, from Atlanta, Westlake High School. I just want to say, hey.
Shout out.
Okay.
Not also, listen, you better than me, because at the end of the game, when y'all had the game won, you was dribbling it out. I would have waved off. I would have waved off Caitlin Clark, because that was her whole revenge tour. That was the thing from
last year.
Caitlin waved her off. Because she couldn't shoot a 3.
Facts.
And now she's dribbling it out. I would. You better. The whole time I was like, wave off. Wave off. But then it's like she's gone. There's no get back unless you're later in the league.
Yeah.
But she was completely different. I want to bring this back to the week before.
Uh-oh.
Kim Mulkey, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. See what happens when you put an actual athlete out here on her. Like, there's a lot for Caitlin to learn. One, we realize she not finishing at the basket like that.
That's
she got no mid range.
That's an area of growth.
And she not going right. She's not going right to pull up. These are just basketball stuff.
She left to pull up right to
But
drive.
I love Dawn Staley. I love Dawn Staley because Dawn Staley straight up let them girls keep it. She let the first half. She was like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, and I love how like the internet notices how Dawn don't call no timeouts.
She let it play.
She just they said Dawn just look at you like, girl, you know what you need to do, and then they do what they need to do. Second half, that she done the whole tournament. She's like, oh, it's close. Oh no, we might. Hey, this is what we gonna do. XYZ, smack these girls, and that's what they did. You couldn't. She shut her down.
Yeah.
Raven shut her down.
But also, she had respectfully. She had really nobody else to pass to.
Right.
Nah, them other games she did.
Dude,
them other games they was hitting
she came out and
shots.
scored.
They were hitting their shots.
She scored,
but they weren't
16
playing
points.
a team who was undefeated with all the length and athleticism.
It's not. So I want to give Iowa.
do two spaces.
I want to give Iowa because them women were playing. Like,
yes, they're playing their hearts out.
And it is very much so like football.
They deserve juice boxes. The point is Caitlin Clark came off she saw what y'all are noting, that this is a mismatch. This is why she put up 16 points in the first
she had to.
She was like, this is on me.
I gotta go.
This is on me.
I might go 12 for 15.
Because the mother, they coming. I know something's coming.
She had a Kobe moment where we're going to live or die by me today, which... Honestly, that is the most brave thing to ever do for your team. Where it's like, this could be so embarrassing for me if I'm fractionally off today.
Yeah.
The headline will be Caitlin lost it.
Yeah.
But she came out, put up 16 points, made it a game, kept them in the game,
for sure.
and then at the end
they
squeezed them.
Yeah,
Clamp.
The best team won, etc. So that was
and everyone knew South Carolina was the best team going in. I, who didn't watch a single game before the tournament, knew that the South Carolina was probably going to end up at the end. Nate and I both picked South Carolina to win.
Sure. As did I.
I just had Iowa, so he's got a cold plunge. But
hello there.
so
but
Louis
Vuitton
anyway.
Don.
Dude, I don't have anything to say besides that UConn went back to back for the fellas here, beating Purdue last night. I want to drop in. Oh, I just do you want to get in there real quick?
I think there's shout out to, I believe his last name is Castle.
Oh no.
For UConn.
Okay.
He was one of my cousin's students.
Students.
So I should have
Another
voted.
shout out.
If I would have known this information, I would have picked them because my bracket.
This is black people
get him
101.
Get him on this podcast.
This is black people 101 right
I know
here.
this child.
I thought you had a strong shout out. You said your cousin's friend's student.
No, it's my cousin's student. My cousin used to teach this kid. And now he's in the Final Four. I'm only bringing it. Hold on, real quick. I'm only bringing it up because had I known this before the game,
you would have picked him.
I would have been picked him.
I knew you would
Because I had no other allegiance to anybody else.
That is Black People 101. Oh wait, she went to your church. Well, let me go ahead and put 10 in. Let me put 10 on them right there.
Two brackets. I had Kentucky and I had North Carolina. I'm in the 20th percentile. You hear me? Like, give me all the information. I gotta start asking people who all knows who.
Who know who?
Because at least I had no educated guess with the men, so that would at least had some sort of like heart tug to pick you.
Did it be in my book club?
One thing, did you guys see Bronny declare for the draft and put his name in for the transfer portal?
Keep his eligibility.
Yeah, I think I think so. I feel like people made it, and it is big, but I feel like that's just what they do now.
Okay.
They just kind of like, see my options.
Yep.
I do think, so here's an interesting conversation I was having with a friend of mine. Calipari left.
Yep.
Kentucky.
He's going to Arkansas. Facts. There's a void at Kentucky right now, I believe.
Okay.
And I had this debate with a friend of mine, and I was like, it's going to happen soon where like there's a woman to coach men.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm thinking, if I'm Dawn Staley, like why? Like, I'm not even talking about men's basketball. Like college basketball, I'm talking about pros. Is there a more qualified?
More qualified
I'm gonna say qualified. Just a better leader of people right now. Because again, shout out to Don. Like women's coaches have to do so much more than men's coaches in the sense of like when you go into these parents and these kids' homes, you're like, hey, I'm gonna take care of your kid for 4 years. Calipari's like, I'm gonna nail your son for 6 months. Dawn Staley, I saw this dope article. Dawn Staley, for her one of her incoming freshmen, she created a major at South Carolina. So this girl who had a 5.0 GPA, who wanted to study environmental engineering, they didn't have that at SC. She said, hey, make this a major. And since what? It's a major. The number 2 recruit is coming to SC because Dawn made. Calipari don't have to do that. She's making $3 million a year. I'm like, hey, if somebody dangle $5-6 million,
I want no parts of that for Dawn Staley.
I do.
I want no parts of that.
For Dawn Staley. Go get it, Dawn.
No.
Go get it.
Give her
You're
the
at
bag.
least consistent. Why not?
Consistent with where?
What? Get the bag.
Oh, I want her to get the bag at SC.
And she ain't got it like that. They would have gave it to her.
No.
They
Anybody
got Shane
it?
they got Shane Beamer at the head of their football program.
That's not what Deion told us last year. Deion told us they'll find the money. So I believe they'll find the money for Don. Don's finna be. I want Don.
Colorado's got oil money.
Listen, there's money to be had. Somebody's got dirty money. Anyway, what I'm saying is I want Don to be further along in the GOAT conversation of college basketball icon.
See, this
with
is
Gino,
the debate I was
with
having
Pat
my friend
right here. So you could go and teach men. I mean, coach men. I have no problem with that. I think you absolutely would crush it, et cetera, et cetera. But what I would like to see as a fan is you to stack off, because many people thought she would have won in 2020. They didn't have the tournament. They were undefeated, right? She already got 3. I'm like, yo, build this empire right there at South Carolina.
Which she very likely wants to do.
Right? And stay there and build that. When you look up, you're like, dang, wait, it's 2030. She ran out 4 more championships.
but then it's harder for her to leave.
I don't want her to leave. No. I want her to have the empire. That's what. What's the reason to leave? Just for money?
No.
Much more than just money.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think this is my argument I had with my friend. Right. He was saying like she owes it to like women's basketball to continue to build the game, and I'm saying
she owes nothing to no one.
Well, see, I think so. So here's the argument he was making. I make the argument that like we don't really owe people anything like that.
She may want to,
right? But I also think that like eventually you're gonna have a woman break the ceiling.
Sure.
Who is better qualified than Dawn?
At this current moment day, I would agree. Dawn is number 1 candidate.
Yeah, and I mean
it's a good decision.
I don't think.
Do you think she would fail?
No, well, one, all people fail sooner or later. That's just how time
goes. Okay, I agree with that.
But
do you think that she would find success? Maybe it's a better way to say it.
Oh, for sure, without question.
Okay, so would that not put her on that upper echelon of what Pat Summitt or anyone else never did?
So let's be clear. Let's clarify then what would success look like.
That's fair.
Successful,
and only she can define. To be fair, only she can define that.
But
for herself.
that's not how the world works in this day and age with the internet and talking shows.
Well, the internet is stupid.
We don't trust that.
But also follow us on the internet.
It likes and follows.
But this show is real.
Yeah.
So is it taking LaMelo Ball and the Hornets to the first round of playoffs and getting beat by the Bucks? Is that success? Maybe.
Probably because they're a trash team.
So I'm saying both things can be true. Both things can be good paths. You just have to make a decision. I'm just saying for me, I don't think, to me, taking a men's NBA or college team to great lengths or just good lengths because I broke a gender barrier more so than building this empire personally.
I think where I land on that is, as long as South Carolina takes care of her like Georgia's taking care of Kirby Smart, cool. Yeah. Like, I'm great. Give her the jet, give her the helicopter, give her the things.
All the things.
South Carolina's just not going to do it, though.
I would disagree.
They getting it, though. They getting that money.
I think they're going to continue to move in that direction.
Yeah.
They're becoming the new age UConn.
Which is amazing. Yeah. I have no problem. Like, I'm not arguing against that. Sure. I just know that is a poverty sports program.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
They found $3 million for Dawn. She the highest paid.
We'll keep finding
in the same way Saban was the highest paid.
Yeah, we'll keep finding.
But it's more about her pay. Like like it's facilities for the athletes. Yeah. It's that level of investment that I think would make it worth. She would continue to walk down the road of what seems to be her goal, which is developing these women.
Yep.
I don't know. I think just in like, again, I've been a fan of Dawn Staley since she had that asymmetric, had the bob. Like, that was honestly probably one of the first basketball players that outside of Jordan.
Right.
It was Dawn. I remember that's my favorite episode of Martin.
Come on.
Like, Dawn Staley, like that's so I think if you go back and you hear Dawn's story and she talks, like, yeah, she's a women's basketball player, not women's coach, but she's always been like, yo, I love competition.
Sure.
I love to play. And I'm like, you hear that narrative, you're like, I think it's got to be in the back of her mind. I can do it.
If she is this good, if she has that Nick Saban gene where she's just like existed. She understands the game and the momentum of the game at such a unique level where it's like, if I just do this one thing, everything changes. Sure. Nick Saban throwing a backup quarterback that's never seen the field and like, watch, I'm going to win the national championship this way. Just knowing what you have in your bag and be able to play the game, you don't want to stop where everyone else is playing at a C level and you're an A player and you're like, okay, where are the other A players?
Yeah.
Transparently, they're probably not in women's college basketball at her level. I'm not. That's not disparaging to the college coaches. That's just saying, like, it's the same argument I would make for Kirby Smart. Eventually, if he builds a dynasty, you're just a competitor. You're like, I want to see if I can do this at the NFL level.
Yeah. I would say numbers wise, she does not have Gino. No. But I will say
not at all.
Not even close. But I will say this. I will say this. You might never get these people. These are ghosts because of the era that they coached in and how they were able to recruit. She has to recruit. It's even tougher for her now.
For sure.
With NIL deals, with all this. It's tough when they sit.
How tough is it to teach grown men specifically who make millions?
I think
that's also very tough.
I think for Dawn, this is my theory. I think for Dawn it's even easier. Here's why.
I disagree.
Because nobody is gonna want to be the guy to disrespect Dawn.
You're talking as a 37-year-old millennial. We grew up with respect.
No. A lot of these young boys.
Nah, bro. Nah, all of them ain't got it. I'm not saying they do. A lot of these young cats been raised by
what they are afraid of,
who are 22.
That's fine. What they are afraid of is looking bad. And you look they absolutely afraid of this social media. Have you when last time you hang around 18, 19-year-old?
Bro, a lot.
So
I told they're afraid of looking bad.
I'm gonna jump in.
I know so.
I'm gonna agree with Dave that I think that there could be. I think if they're going to respect someone, it's going to be a woman that they look up to.
Sure, a lot of these men don't know Dawn Staley until this year.
Sure, that's fair.
We're talking about people. If she went to the pros in 2 years, that means they were born in 2004, right? Hypothetically, 2006. They don't know respectfully Dawn Staley. Will they not respect her? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there is a probability that on a 15-man roster, it won't be as, and I'm not saying you're saying or you're saying it won't necessarily be as smooth of a transition or as easy of herding in the cattle.
It depends on
of everybody getting in line.
It depends on who's
a lot of things got to play.
It depends on who's the leadership on the team. Where it's like she walks in and it's like, hey, what we're gonna do?
All those things matter.
We're gonna pay attention right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But you don't control all of that.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying?
But she can by the team that she chooses, the contract she signs.
Possibly. She would not make we would all agree she would not make a poor decision and go anywhere or do anything that she doesn't feel is going to be the best.
1,000%.
We would all agree with that.
Who's the GM?
Right?
Who's the owner?
Yeah.
Do they get it? But I can imagine, like, a certain subset of girls going to professional basketball games and seeing that would be like seeing Barack Obama in the White House.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
that is the opportunity
sure.
potentially.
Sure,
that might be a little hyperbole, but it's close.
We all understand what we're saying out here.
So that if she is as good as she is, seemingly, again, we've all noted it. She sits on the bench, makes eye contact.
She wins at every level.
And then at the last 5 minutes, she's like, okay, this was cute.
So let me be clear. Are y'all saying y'all think that's a necessity for her to continue to level up?
No.
No. I won't call it a necessity because I think if she stays in the women's game,
it's an opportunity.
If she stays in the women's game, I think she'll grow an empire. I feel there's no doubt she'll grow an empire. I do think there, like you said, to that point, Dan, about the Saban thing, like there's something real, like competitive people who go, what else can I do?
The college game could be just a breath away from disintegrating. And so I don't know. It's like building a social media platform on TikTok right now. Like, it could be gone. Like, you could have millions of followers and then it's gone tomorrow. And I think that's what building a college dynasty is today, because it could be gone tomorrow. The only thing that is for sure is there's going to be professional sports. And I think, what might be the right move is for her to go and coach women's professional basketball, because I see the wave going there. I see like a shift in the viewership, because I think that's the other question I wanted to ask to y'all is viewership a fixed pie? And do we imagine a day where women's basketball is generating the same amount of revenue as men's basketball? Is that day coming, or is the pie not fixed and like the whole thing can grow with a new base and men's basketball stays the same but women's grows? Because I think that's the thing I'm wondering is like, we weren't like, I was at a sports bar, no one was watching the men play.
Yeah.
Everyone was watching the women play.
Yeah.
There's a fixed set of like how long I'm going to watch basketball in a day.
Yeah.
So, okay, I chose to watch the women's Final Four.
Yeah.
I didn't choose to watch the men's Final Four.
I think to answer your question, I think that it's not a fixed pie. I think it's an expanding base.
Okay.
That is essentially untapped market. We've all been to basketball games. It's mainly dudes in there.
For sure.
It has not been catered to. It's almost like in Hollywood where like when producers will give like black movies like small budgets and then they get surprised when they make a lot of money. It's like because you never tried to cater to these people.
Yep.
You never tried to cater to black people. So now you're like, what are you doing? It's the same thing with women. When you start saying, hey, let's put some money into something they like and see what happens, they show up. 18.7 million people. That's a lot of like the other things those numbers were up against and how much they just just trump those numbers, is like, oh yeah, we need to start getting bigger arenas.
Yep.
We need expansion immediately.
I think you see what Angel City's doing out in LA. I think you see what I forget Kansas City's women's soccer team's name.
Mm-hmm. Got their first
but they have their own stadium and
Yeah.
and I think Steph Curry and a few other people are on that ownership group. I think you see a wave coming, and I would disagree. I think it is a fixed pie. I think women are coming for part of the bag, and I think that there will be a split off. Like I think you see it in golf right now between PGA and Live Golf.
Yeah.
You choose your side. You choose what you're going to spend your time doing.
Yeah.
And I am very curious to see a day where I think it levels out some of the shenanigans, some of the I think it forces the men's games to look at themselves in the mirror and be like, we're about to lose.
I think
Because you're not going to deal with the same domestic issues. You're not going to deal with the same I just genuinely think you have better people playing the sports at a women's level.
So you say it's a fixed pie. I mean, there's only a certain amount. I just want to make sure we're clear on the phrasing. There's only a certain amount of people that will consume.
For instance, right? Like there's the World Cup, men's World Cup generates like $6 billion.
Yeah.
The Women's World Cup generates like 250, this is wrong, but hundreds of millions of dollars. They don't hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
I see that as like a relatively fixed amount of money.
Okay.
And I think you could potentially, not in this case, but for the sake of the example, like you could see the women's game generating $2 billion and the men's game generating $4 billion in the future.
Okay.
Like I just think that there's only so many sponsorship dollars. There's only so much money going into the game, and it's where the eyeball's going.
Well, all right. When you put it like that, then I might have to be like, yeah, I guess numbers wise, it's probably like, here's all the money that possible. And yeah,
unless you go international, that's the only way to get into untapped markets is to get India
global,
and the women's game
in women's
do that quicker because
they've been
over there.
And if they do it,
they've been playing over there. Yeah.
I want to say two things. One, the money thing is I've been beating this drum for a while. If you don't give time, attention, and money to things, they can't blossom on a business level here. How long has it been for us to realize, oh, the WNBA is back? It's because not enough money was given to marketing. Let's focus. That's one. Two, I think on a generational piece, too, similar to soccer specifically in the States. New age, new generation, new interests. It's the opposite to me as a fringe baseball person with baseball, right? It's like things begin to kind of shift one way or the other generationally, interest-wise, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm talking about all genders, you know what I'm saying, pulling up, enjoying, seeing storylines, seeing relatability, right? I.e., I can't be like LeBron, 6'9", 250, but Steph Curry right here at 6'2", 177, whatever he is, right? You know what I'm saying, et cetera. It's like, you know what I'm saying, maybe I can't jump out the gym, but I can pop and slang that thing, you know what I'm saying, sort of relatability and the storyline that comes on a personal interest level, I think is absolutely fascinating. Shout out to Angel Reese, who was talking about, I'm doing this for the girls who look like me, who talk like me, who are from where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And so there's this, I believe, present and new generation continue to come up where the wave is going to continue to expand both college and in the pros for all sports. We just went to the She Believes Cup, USA versus Japan.
Bro, the amount of people I know in that building,
blast.
It was crazy.
It was a crazy time, man. Great game. Don't let me forget this bit I'm trying to do about when I shout USA like once every few years, I just feel a different person. It's weird when you shout those three letters back to back to back, bro. I had to catch myself. I was like USA. My hand was in a fist. I was like, let me sit down for a second. Over here, I got a Coors Light. What's happening right now? It's like
welcome to the redneck side of things.
Only say that to Simone Biles, but anywho,
I say go Simone.
See. Divided we stand.
Yeah. You said something interesting.
Go ahead.
That and this is, you casually said it, but you talked about Steph Curry.
What is it about Steph?
No. You just brought him up in this conversation. I think Steph Curry might be the greatest, not inspiration. I want to say like one of the greatest influences in basketball, women's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Because if we don't, because we're dumb humans, we see a parallel. Go, oh, Steph, we love that, and you see Caitlyn go, wait a minute.
Oh, for sure.
What?
The 3-point shot from deep, becoming cooler than the dunk.
Yeah.
Posterizing somebody.
Yeah.
That shift to things. That opened the door for the women's game.
Yep.
1,000%. Now we're seeing women throw it down. That's not to say that we're not seeing that now.
Right.
But the 3-point shot and that shift is 1,000% what happened.
A 29-foot three off balance will get the crowd exploding higher than 9 times out of 10 or 7 times out of 10 than somebody who comes down and just kind of yams it. It will, when Steph hits a three, the game is tied. They're down by 1, and that bad boy goes in from 32 feet, rainbow shot. There's an explosion in that arena that not many move specifically. But I think you hit a point right there with the Steph piece.
And there are only a few dunks that actually get that same level.
Only a few
like
dunks.
A dunk in the lane, like an Anthony Edwards.
It's got to be
And that doesn't happen as often as it. So it's like there's a shift in how we view the game,
right?
Because of Steph. So when people, you kind of laugh at Steph being like one of the greatest influences in basketball. I'm like, he might be the single greatest in the last 30 years.
Bro, I think he's top 3 all time.
Oh,
personally,
influences
in the specific keyword, influencer of all time. Impactful. Because I'm gonna use that word for Caitlyn in a second. I think he's top 3 all time. I say this because Caitlyn has been a lot of talk shows about GOAT, and, championship, no championship, is she the GOAT, blah, blah, blah. I just want to say this: what she is to me is she is the most, and this is coming from a limited POV. I have not watched women's basketball.
You don't have to qualify. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to qualify.
Somebody might be. You see my shirt.
We talk
you
on
see my
YouTube.
shirt. All right, let's focus. And so what I'm saying is that I think she is.
I didn't see the
this
shirt
generation.
I was like,
What is on this shirt? It's just power line.
Yeah.
You see what? You can't be cool if your dad's goofy. Let's focus. All right. So what I'm saying is the most impactful college basketball player of our generation.
Your dad's the only cartoon character that had sex. That's a fact. Goofy's
not a fact.
Who else has kids?
Where's Goofy? Where's the mom though?
It don't matter. Hey, Goofy.
Mickey ain't never
single
had
dad. No one tells that story. Single dad, Goofy.
Single dad. People don't tell that story.
But I'm saying,
people don't tell that story.
He's so goofy. He the only one that was getting some.
Why have I never realized Goofy's a single dad?
He's a single dad, and Goofy the only one getting some.
Wait a second.
Nobody else got none.
Nobody else got kids.
Who got kids? Exactly. So y'all like, oh, he's so goofy. Goofy like, that's how it worked.
When it rains, wear a raincoat.
Yeah.
Donald's got kids.
No.
Doesn't he got the nephew?
You're talking about Scrooge McDuck's.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nephews.
But that was
Scrooge and Donald are cousin. They're also Donald's cousins. So Scrooge
exactly.
has a brother or sister.
We talking about direct lineage.
We talking about the big dogs.
It's just Goofy.
Just Goofy out here in the streets.
Only one.
My mind just got blown.
You're welcome.
Look at that. We learn something new every day. Where the missus at? Is she dead?
I'm assuming she's.
People Disney kill off all the moms.
Disney will kill.
So I'm sure she's dead.
Mom and dads die left and right at Disney.
Yo, they
like the first 10 minutes in the movie, it's like, hey, y'all too happy. Trauma.
Bambi,
there should be
Frozen.
Free therapy for anybody our age who grew up with Disney, because every movie we love, they're like, hey, you like that? We gonna kill that person.
Yo, Ariel, take out. Jasmine,
death.
take her out.
Aladdin's parents, bye.
Get out of here.
Killing all types of people in the name of like
having
a good
time,
story.
Miscarriage, death. Get them out of here.
Yeah.
They hit us with a miscarriage.
Yeah, dog.
A miscarriage in an animated movie?
Like, we all deserve free therapy.
Are you insane?
Like, to process death
I got popcorn.
in a movie theater in 1993 or 4, whenever Lion King came out with your dad.
Tell me that in the trailer.
Dads
Tell me that in the trailer if you're going to bring up a
what?
Cinderella.
Dads
Cinderella gone, Snow White.
Beauty and the Beast.
Snow White had to live with 7 men. You understand how bad a life that is?
I
would never live with 7 men.
In a forest.
While they mine for coal.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, I feel like you're going down a different hole. Let's focus. Okay. Let's focus.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw us off.
You took us down important information. Shout out to the single fathers. Appreciate y'all.
Dude.
Yeah.
We'll have to clip that one out there, Joel. That'll be a standalone clip.
That's a good one.
How do we get
single fathers? All right, what else we got? Because I think we did Caitlyn justice.
I think we did college basketball. We hit that right there. Let's talk real quick. Let's go to college football for a second. Dion, it's almost prime time.
Speaking of role models,
it's almost prime time out here.
So I want to be Dawn Staley so bad.
So somebody else asked me to this bone. He want to be who?
Dawn Staley so bad. He just not.
Definitely not in this phase of his life. No. That's a fact.
No.
But he, correct me if I'm wrong here, put it on PowerPoint, and some kids were acting up in class, not showing up, not participating, being disrespectful. Put it on the slideshow, ripped into them. Like, hey, you going to play ball for me, you got to be a good student.
Yeah.
Love or hate?
Yeah, be darn good. It's Dion.
Yeah.
Darn.
See,
love or hate?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna do a. This is a classic PTI. Love or hate? Like a 2-word segment right here. In or out? Up or down?
I'm super in and it fails miserably.
Yeah.
What you mean?
That's what Mark Rick did.
What you mean?
It was very Mark Rick.
I mean,
And you don't listen.
college football as a coach.
As a coach,
You got to choose if you want to win the moral high ground or you want to win the game.
You don't think you could be both?
I think if someone can, it might be Dion.
I would
Given
agree.
the amount of time
I agree with
that
that
most
second
coaches
sentence.
get.
I agree with that second sentence.
I don't think he will get it.
Okay, respect.
I think that because of how boisterous it has been and the expectations have risen as high as they have, as quickly as they have,
Really?
and it has benefited him in doing so, yet it will be the thing that causes him to not get to that level. And I love the fact that he's checking students on, like, what, this emeritus professor or, whatever is paid $80,000 a year to deal with these shenanigans.
Facts.
Dion's like, yo, what we're not going to do is make this person's life
harder.
Like, they're in here, they're trying to make you better, they're trying to teach you something.
Very simply.
Like, what we're not going to do is this. But
Yeah.
those kids are not there for that class either.
True. Both things are true.
So I find it difficult to be like, you need to pay attention, you need to do well. That's one statement.
Yeah.
You need to be respectful.
Facts.
That's another statement.
Yep.
I think he could have stopped that.
Respectful.
You guys just need to be. I understand the game.
Yeah.
Just be respectful.
I'm like, bro, you could have pulled your son to the side because we know his son has got to be one of these people.
The ringleader.
His son, the only person in Colorado with the Cybertruck. You think he's showing up to class, attentive, paying attention, trying to be a great student?
Can we be honest? He could be more successful without his sons there. I think.
Oh, probably. Yeah, probably.
I think that if he didn't have the I need my son to be successful. I'm here to make sure my son is successful,
right.
and I need to make all of these other kids successful.
It's a lot of pots on that grease. I got you.
I can see
that. That's a saying I'm taking with me.
No, take it with you. I think I commend it. I am as a man, as trying to be a good leader, as a father, as a former teacher. Listen. Pay teachers more money. They here for all these shenanigans here. I think you hit it on the head. At least be respectful. If you're not going to do my work, if you ain't going to show up, cool, whatever. Some people are in this class. This classroom is not only college football players.
No.
And a lot of you college football players.
Probably is. Most of them take the same class.
Sure, but in
it's a requirement.
In this auditorium of 250,
Yeah.
And most of y'all, be honest, you need to be in this class because you ain't going to be in the pros.
No. That's true.
Look at my eyes.
9 out of 10 of them.
Look at my eyes.
Yeah.
So shut your mouth.
And there's no Europe to go to.
So with that right there, so that's a big
Dawn
thing. So
Staley.
I salute going to Dion, continuing to teach young people about respect and integrity and good character. I'm all here for it for sure. I found it just absolutely fascinating of the PowerPoint. And it just being on big display right here.
He sat up at midnight like, I'm going to
Google
pull this
slides,
together.
Just getting it in out here.
Shout out to that assistant that did that because we know Dion. I'm not working the darn computer.
That's true. Two fingers, 8 toes. Not working.
Anybody says darn that much don't know nothing about PowerPoint slides.
Let me tell you, Dion is probably the best. He's probably got the most phrases to not cuss.
Yeah.
Remember that growing up?
Which is so crazy.
Bro,
Somebody
I remember in middle school.
You did a lot of cocaine. That's such a wild thing.
Such a wild thing. The transition?
Yeah.
The transition to
God
be able
is
to snort coke off of models back in 92 and then be like, heck no.
Heck no. Darn it.
Mother trucker?
Yeah.
Jesus is a powerful drug. He's
get over here.
He's gonna lead one of the biggest churches in the world one day. That man has.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that. That's a pay cut. He not gonna do that.
Touche.
Not for some pastors.
Yeah, Dion. I already got the jet.
Dion had that run.
Dion had that run for sure. Yeah.
Oh goodness. All right, let's keep going down here.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up with these last few things really quick. The other thing I wanted us to bring up for just a second was the Shaq being a bad teammate.
Yes.
So shout out to Shaq, who has many lives. Many lives.
And
I
they're all on
think
TV.
one thing that's similar, I feel like, about David Perdue and Shaquille O'Neal is that their old life, bad person. David, not my words, David words, has said he wasn't the best big brother. Some people almost should lost fingers.
It's my favorite new bit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you shooting people in college dorms. There's a lot of David Perdue between 15 and 19. We don't want to come back.
Terrible.
Let's just be honest right
Fires
here.
in the kitchen. I'll never forget that story.
I've heard several stories about Shaq being a not great teammate. This story specifically I'm going to bring up. I don't know if y'all heard it. I'm going to bring up. I had never heard. Long story short, I forget if it was Luke Walton, Mark Masson, some player on his team when he was with the Lakers. Didn't like him, puts their mouthpiece, and I quote, under his ball sack. Those weren't my words. Those are words of the report. I'm a journalist. And so I think, so he walks around unknowingly, unbeknownst, shall we say, to the other player.
He puts it in his pants during a shoot around.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that context here. Shaq's a big man. He could go to sleep. That would be enough understanding of disgust right there. That one player, everybody else is in on it. Like, everybody else is in the know. I'll say like that. So they're getting ready to stretch, getting ready to play the game, and he puts it back. I'm just telling you what the story is being told. And then my man puts the mouthpiece in his said mouth, and everybody else loses it. And y'all know how I feel about fighting. Y'all know
you wouldn't have fought Shaq.
No, I wouldn't have fought Shaq.
Shot him.
I would have either or hired. I would have depleted my family savings. We would never be able to go to Disney ever. You understand me? I would have been in all the debt.
Yeah.
So that somebody,
this big man down,
would have murdered this large man. I would have called Bam Bam Bingalow. I would have brought everybody over to the campus and be like, listen, all right?
No one knows who that person is.
Listen, that was before millennials watching. Shout out to Major Payne. To take this man down.
Yeah.
What a great movie.
I'm confident that man has to know now.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Can we agree on that?
Shaq is letting this stuff out. Absolutely.
He's letting it all out.
Bro, I saw another one.
That story was so disgusting to me,
Terry
bro.
Catledge. Shaq came to Orlando.
Okay.
Terry Catledge was there. Shaq wanted
He's a player?
Player wanted number 34. I just saw a clip. He wanted number 34. He was like, you're going to have to pay for it. Shaq was like, get out of here. I'm not paying for that. And then was like on Shaq about, you rookie, you got to pay for it. Right. And then they said he was traded later on the year. And Shaq just really said, yeah, that was me, buddy. He said, statute of limitations is up. I got you up out of there. Yo, dude, Shaq is different.
This man has a whole family, 2 kids in private school. He's like, get him out. Get him out. For a number.
Yeah.
For 2 numbers on my shirt.
I don't like the way you talk to me.
Wrap it up.
I'm out of here.
Oh, power.
I don't think it's a bad teammate.
Excuse me?
I don't think he's a bad teammate.
Because my story?
Yeah, I heard your story. And I heard everyone's in on it. Which means
everybody.
That teammate, everyone hated.
No.
That's true.
Because if the 4 of us are doing something,
that was fear. You got the wrong word. Not hated. It was fear for Shaq. It could semi.
I think 2 things can be true.
2 things can be true.
2 things here can be true.
2 things can be true.
Yeah.
Because I just
don't do this, Dad.
Don't do this. If this was a team, if we had double the amount of people and that happened in this group, we'll walk over and be like, "Don't put that in your mouth."
Yeah. Somebody who would have said,
"Don't put that in your mouth."
But if the fear is so strong and you get caught that you were the rat, what do you think is now going to be possibly waiting for Shaq?
But you don't feel...
This is why pranks are not good. This is why pranks are not good. Because if I say, yo, don't put that in your mouth, and somebody tells Shaq, yo, Damon snitch. Now I have to be prepared for what is Shaq about to do to me. I can't practice like that. I can't get 7 boards. I can't pick up Tayshaun Prince from the free throw line like that. I'm worried about him doing something to my body. Pranks are from the devil. Do not. It's a slippery slope.
Was there one prank that put you in this world?
Had to be. No. There's no way you have this picture off of the.
I'm a firm believer.
Someone moved your car in college and you couldn't find it.
No, I'm a firm believer in learning from other mistakes.
Wait, but no. Prank is not a mistake. Somebody did that too.
No. Nobody has ever pranked me. I have seen enough bad pranks in real life happen. I saw a prank happen where it's one of the craziest things. 5th grade. Never forget it. 5th grade. Listen to me. This was a prank. 5th grade. There's a girl who has... I want to get the word right because I was about to do it physical and that was not it. She has I'm saying this respect when they shake involuntarily. What is it? She has seizures. Thank you. I'm really trying to get that word.
No,
she has real seizures. You didn't ask no. Yeah, I'm a professional, right? I'm a professional. She has seizures like weekly. Yeah. Get the context. Weekly. You understand me? Weekly.
Okay. I'm not laughing at the seizures.
Right. He's laughing at the seizures. So they're like, yo, let's prank the 75-year-old executive assistant, secretary up front, and act like Jessica has a seizure in the 5th grade classroom.
Okay.
You understand? This is a prank, right? Everybody's like, yeah, this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be funny.
Yeah.
So they do the prank. All right, let's move. So I'm the only black kid in the class. I didn't want to say that, but I had to say it. And I was like, this is a terrible decision we're making here. This is my only year at the school. Let's focus. They do it. She falls down.
A black proverb.
They put Alka-Seltzer on her mouth.
No, they went all in.
Well done. Visually.
Yeah.
Great.
She had to sell it.
Yeah.
Mama runs. Miss Smith runs from. This is a 75-year-old woman. Second, she runs.
So more of a waddle.
Runs.
Oh,
yes.
She
Skedaddles down.
Oh gosh.
She comes in, sees Jessica faking a seizure. Foam on the mouth. Alka-Seltzer. Right? She goes to go down, slips. Breaks her leg.
No.
Breaks her leg.
No.
Breaks her leg.
And she doesn't have...
Prank over.
Not funny.
Fifth grade. Fake seizure. Alka-Seltzer in the mouth. 75-year-old secretary runs, goes, slips.
Never walks again.
Never walks again. 75-year-old.
Done teaching.
Christmas canceled.
Done teaching.
No pecan pie for mama.
Death on the doorstep.
Prank done.
That's why you out. That was
manslaughter.
That's why you out. Yeah, some of y'all can be charged for
I'm out.
attempted murder.
I'm out on pranks. They're not worth it.
we pulled a prank on our Spanish teacher in like
High
4th
school?
or 5th grade. No, maybe middle school.
Okay.
Maybe like 8th grade.
Sure.
And we end up basically, I think the prank it was like basically just don't pay attention. Like no matter what she says.
Whatever she says.
Don't pay attention.
Sure. The whole class is in?
The whole class.
All right, I like it. Carry
And about 5 minutes into like basically her realizing that there's mutiny in this classroom, she punches through the overhead projector.
Oh, the old school one down?
Yeah, punches through it and then just walks out of the classroom. We never saw her again.
Shout out to her for knowing
She
your
was
boundaries.
like, I'm done with these kids.
Done.
I'm
More
never
teachers
coming
should
back.
do that, and that's how you get paid more money. More of y'all should just walk out on these.
I bet every senator would pay more than have to deal with their own kids. Let's bring that money in down from the top.
That's true.
Punches. You never saw her again.
Never saw her again.
That's
Felt real
insane.
bad. I feel bad about it to this day.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
Everybody should be a teacher and a waiter. Like those specific jobs. Like it's not a game. 20 to 30 kids in your classroom in your face, bro.
Let me say this: every teacher that I've walked, and there's been a couple,
never seen her again.
Didn't bat an eye about it. I remember when we had a Spanish. I forgot what we did.
This is a prank.
We might.
Kids?
I think a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
And I just remember her. She had that. It was Christian school. She had that long skirt.
Long skirt. Love
Jean
it.
skirt.
Jean skirt.
With some weird animals. And she was trying. And we wasn't giving her anything. And she just plopped on her desk, put her head down.
And started crying?
Started crying. And I think she thought we would care.
And y'all didn't.
We were like, boo.
Let me tell you right now.
We never saw it.
But here's the real game. If you're in school right now and you're listening to this and you're a younger listener, if you can be the one kid who's brave enough to not play with the teacher, I had my my statistics class in high school. Everyone hated this teacher. But I was like, I'm not good at statistics.
Sure.
I'm gonna play this straight.
Sure.
By the end of the semester, I didn't even have to take the final exam. She's like, "You're good. You go."
So that part, let me be clear too because I remember this teacher. I wasn't one of the ones. I was never. You were not because I had a father to report to, so I was never.
I had a real father at home.
That does not mean I was not involved in the planning. I was always like, all right,
that
this is how
checks
you
out.
execute it.
Yeah.
However, leave me out. I think your plan's good. Let me help you elevate it. But
Right
leave me. It's
Out.
great for everybody. Leave me out of it.
Don't bring my name.
We'll pull up to this spot
Today.
and y'all will never see me again.
Today.
So yeah, I was always involved,
Man.
but I never. You
Yeah.
ain't never gonna put it on me.
I've never, that was just never my, you're right, because I had a mother at my house
Yeah.
who was not, you're not.
Bro, I remember 11th grade
I'm
year.
moving cities.
Everybody in my class, and it
11th
wasn't
grade.
a big class.
Sure.
There was a Burger King up the street. We hated this teacher so bad. We're like, we're all gonna get up in the middle of class and just go eat breakfast at Burger King. Everybody's like, yeah, we gonna do it. Everybody stood up, walked out, and his name was Mr. Pugler. He was from India. He had I remember everybody.
This man was a doctor in his country.
He really was. He literally was Dr. Pugler. He literally was a doctor. And everybody's leaving. I never get the way he said. He says, come on, man. Come on, man. Everybody's leaving. Come on, man. Don't you guys want to learn? Come on, man. Come on. As he says to every student that leaves, Come on, man. Man, come on. You want to learn? Come on, man. Whole class leave. Who's sitting right there? Me. I ain't going nowhere. I had one homeboy say, Dave, what's up? I said, bring back 2 croissants. I'm not going.
I have a father at home.
You think
he's gonna do to me?
Yeah, I'm
scared.
Yeah, whatever y'all think is the problem here, this is gonna be 10 times worse for my part.
I told Mission one time he had made some poor decision with some friends, and I said, we talked. Long story. I said, what do you think the consequences are gonna be for your friends who were with you? He was like, I don't know. I said, so you don't know what may or may not happen to them, but you know what'll happen to you, and you still did it. And when I tell you his eyes opened, like the epiphany happened, he was just like, I've been bamboozled. I've been bamboozled.
They got me.
Like they're probably, and I'm just assuming based off the kids I knew who they were, they're probably playing, big dog. They probably back on their game, chilling, having a time.
You're done.
And you were in a dungeon.
Yeah.
You understand?
No technology.
Nothing. I
freeze
freeze privileges. That's what I do now. Yeah. I freeze privileges. So it is a whole thing.
Well, I like freeze privileges.
Oh yeah. I freeze privileges now, so they all freeze. We have to earn. Anyways, the whole thing. But when you understand what potential is at home, you at least second guess. Bro. You at least second think. I'm not saying we always make the right decisions past the present, but it's something to consider.
I sat right there.
That boy said right there.
Said, come on,
Dave, you coming?
Come on, man.
All right, we got.
Don't you guys want to learn? Come on, man. I just remember that. Oh, that's what he said.
That was hilarious.
As each student.
All right, can we talk Masters for 4 minutes?
Let's go for it.
All right, Masters is here.
Yep.
2024 Masters.
Hype.
There's lots of storylines. Tiger showed up yesterday.
Come on.
It was all over the internet.
He seemed fresh.
He looks good. Here's the thing about Tuesday at Augusta National. Augusta National, if you're not aware, is the pinnacle of golf in the world.
Period.
Everything is perfect. You could eat off of that grass. Like it is carpet. And it is amazing. Yeah. Tiger's playing a practice round. So everyone's fun. I mean, he's a former multi-champion. He gets to hang out and have basically a vacation from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday. And he'll play the par 3 tournament is tomorrow. Okay. When you're watching this, it's today.
Got it.
And it's a good time. Tiger's gonna have a good time. He's not gonna make the cut. He's not gonna make the cut.
I'll be surprised.
I'll be surprised if he finishes the first 2 rounds.
You should
not gonna make the cut.
You see the discipline he has coming into this one.
Oh.
You posted it.
What I post?
His friend. Somebody posted in the chat. It said Tiger's serious about this one. He's abstaining.
Oh yes.
No
He's
sex.
abstaining.
No sex
So until the end of the tournament.
So he's
locked in.
He thinks he's gonna make it.
Energy. That's a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Energy.
He thinks he's gonna make it.
Energy.
Tiger should have given up sex a long time ago.
He said he should have.
It should have.
He's had enough for many lifetimes.
Yeah,
apparently.
I think he's good.
Per his own words.
But what's really interesting about this Masters is the Live Golf versus the PGA Tour. Because the majors are the only time that you have the 2 different tours. It's like the majors is the Champions League of golf.
Got you.
Where everyone comes together, and now you have this kind of team mentality of Live golfers it doesn't matter as long as the Live golfer wins, and the PGA Tour is it doesn't matter as long as the PGA Tour.
I feel like
wins.
this is like NWO rolling up on WWE.
Yeah.
I feel like they roll up.
And here's the thing is, 2 Live golfers tied for second last year, and they didn't get covered on the broadcast. Ooh. So Phil Mickelson made a big deal about it because literally he made a run to win
and no love,
another green jacket, and he was covered for 2 minutes on the broadcast. People were like, "Wait, Phil got second?"
Yeah,
and he was like, "What the heck, guys?" And they're like, "Yeah,
you know
sorry.
what it is?
Yeah,
you know what it is.
You burned it down. We're not gonna show you.
How about that?
It'll help you make money."
So the drama is gonna be incredible.
I'm more intrigued now.
Yeah, the high school pettiness got me excited right there.
Listen, pettiness, racism sells things.
I mean, he threw out an Indian accent. We are cooking today.
I'm giving out a very accurate description of what Mr. Bugala said.
Come on, guys.
Come on, man. Don't you ask anybody who was in that class. I am doing a spot on impersonation.
This is a pro. Okay. We're a pro accent podcast.
Here's the Masters question.
Don't you want to learn, man?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My calendar will be free to watch all the golf.
Oh.
What would get you to watch on Sunday? Because you're not going to watch.
I watch Sunday.
You watch Sunday.
I
normally watch Sunday.
Okay, that's when we watch.
Okay,
you will turn on. You're planning on turning on the Masters on Sunday.
I already knew it was coming up. I told you, Brooks.
Nah, let me
Clarify that.
Let me pull it back. When Tiger was like, I would Sunday, like it used to be a thing around the time where it was like, we watch
on
and
Sunday.
Sometimes
3 o'clock, 3:30 on Sunday.
Yeah, because it would be like people come over my grandma's house, like it'd be a thing, like we watching the Masters.
Facts.
Yeah. But even now, since
that
Tiger's
muscle is still
off,
there.
Yeah.
The muscle's still there. That's what I'm saying.
As a sports fan, I'm definitely like, I'm definitely Sunday.
I'm watching the World Series.
Yeah,
I'm watching Masters.
It's the same.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I think
if it's close.
I think Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah, if it's a blowout,
it's Scottie Scheffler versus everybody else this year.
Yeah.
That's the take.
Come on. What does Scottie sound like?
A very white.
Give it to us.
Perfect.
He
sounds like me.
Oh, okay.
And that's the clip.
Sounds like me. There it is, y'all. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man.
I can't do an accent.
We can't forget to lead it. He said, "It's white, perfect." Sounds like me.
That's one of the 2 adjectives he used.
Perfect marriage.
We appreciate you out of here. Just
perfect Chipotle order.
That's it. 9 inches. Lil, appreciate you rocking with us out of here. Damon Sumner. Find me out on TikTok, Instagram, OnlyFans, Damon Jr. 2.
OnlyFans is
DAMONJR2.
Oh man, yeah. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DoOrDie. It's at DUEORDIE. This Thursday I'm at the Laughing School.
Hey, pull up.
It's a roast battle, and I'm judging. I'm not. They dare not.
Oh, you judging?
They dare not let me.
They dare not. They know.
They don't. They know better.
They know better.
But I'll be a judge on that. So pull up there in the city.
At Dan Dunk. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell.
Yeah.
Know what it is. Holla.
Peace.